Malusi Gigaba finds himself once more at the threshold of judicial reckoning. The former Minister of Public Enterprises and ANC MP has been formally ordered to appear in court on corruption charges tied to the state-owned transport behemoth Transnet SOC Limited. The notice, issued by the National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, names him in connection with procurement irregularities that sent shockwaves through South Africa's efforts to confront state capture. Gigaba's office confirmed receipt of the order, noting that he had been informed that he is required to attend court on the 7th of November, 2025, where he will be formally charged in connection with the ongoing proceedings related to procurement activities at Transnet. Although the NPA spokesperson clarified that Gigaba has not been arrested, the document places him squarely in the dock, a former heavyweight of the cabinet now confronting legal peril. The roots of the case reach back to the tumultuous years of 2012 to 2014, when Transnet awarded a multi-billion rand locomotive deal that ballooned in cost from approximately R38 billion to more than R50 billion, according to forensic scrutiny. During Gigaba's tenure as Minister of Public Enterprises, the Zondo Commission found that he pressured Transnet to bypass Treasury rules and approved appointments that allegedly enabled corrupt enrichment. The clockwork of the charge sheet is still being populated, but the outline is clear: procurement skeletons, inflated contracts, front companies, and politically connected beneficiaries. Several former Transnet executives, including Brian Molefe and Anoj Singh, have already been charged for their alleged role in the locomotive tender debacle. If Gigaba is charged and prosecuted, he would become perhaps the most senior politician yet to face court proceedings directly tied to state capture-era procurement. In his public statement, Gigaba insisted his conscience is clear regarding his conduct while in office. "My actions have always been guided by policy, process, and the values of accountability and service," he said. He affirmed his commitment to cooperate fully with the legal system as it performs its duties. Yet his invocation of process and principle seems at odds with a narrative that alleges discretionary authority exploited and public funds misused. To South Africans weary of the state capture saga, the strike of the gavel carries symbolic weight. When a former minister is summoned before court processes, it signals that the architecture of accountability might still function. But the question remains whether it is selective, delayed, or intact. The publication of this order also revives questions about how long the wheels of justice turn when large interests and senior figures are involved. For the ruling party, the African National Congress, ANC, the implications are profound. Gigaba remains an influential voice. His political weight still resonates within party structures and alliance networks. His legal jeopardy now places strain not only on his personal standing but on the party's image of integrity and internal discipline. If the charges proceed, the ANC could find itself forced to address whether membership and service protect senior figures from the accountability they preach. But perhaps the most striking dimension lies in public trust. Citizens see the logos of state-owned enterprises, tender contracts awarded without competition, deepening unemployment, and a political class perceived as insulated from consequences. Gigaba's summons represents a test. Will the same zeal deployed against small-scale corruption also be applied to the towering portfolios of those who once led the machinery of government? The NPA's posture remains cautious. In its cryptic statement, it reiterated that a notice had been issued, that Gigaba had not yet been placed under arrest, and that it would not comment further. The investigative wing known as the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, DPCI, or IDAC, is understood to be finalizing the docket detail. A courtroom appearance is thus anticipated, but the road ahead, discovery, witness preparation, trial, promises to be arduous. There is another layer here. The optics of high-profile accountability meet the mechanics of law. When high office and vast budgets meet suspicion, institutions must avoid the twin traps of performative spectacle and quiet impunity. The summons of Gigaba tests whether the judiciary can cross those thresholds. Can it prosecute powerful figures? Can it withstand political pressure? Can it restore faith? For Gigaba himself, the choice is stark: defend and fight, resign into the fray, or navigate a legal gauntlet that could end with conviction or acquittal. In either case, the court appearance will define the next chapter of his political life. It may end his influence, or it may fortify the resolve of those who support him. The public will watch whether he appears on the given date, whether bail conditions are imposed, whether charges are made public, and how the trial unfolds. In a democracy that still echoes with the slogan "Nothing stops the sun," Gigaba's moment in court could either be a turning point or a cautionary note. Will it be proof that even former ministers face justice? Or will it become yet another case where power, delay, and process converge to dilute accountability? As the hearing date approaches, South Africans may ask, is the compass of justice recalibrating, or merely pointing in the same direction as before? The summons of Malusi Gigaba doesn't answer that, but it puts the question firmly on the table.